Yo, it's the RDWA PODCAst, and we back with another one. Subscribe, rate, review, iTunes, Spotify, however you get your podcast, wherever you see it. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I always say YouTube is under reconstruction, but we're going to get everything going with it. This going to be a good one. I'm hot as hell. I will say that much. Being in Houston, it is very hot. I don't condone anybody for the next few days or the next week to go out anywhere. And I have on shorts, and I'm hot as hell. It's 100 degrees from now until the 27th of June. Man, that's just the temperature, not even heat index. And I'm hot. But it's okay. I'm a summer baby. I'm born in August. So I just can't get used to it though still. Every year, I cannot get used to this heat. But we got to fight. We got to fight every time. I don't like it, Trey. I'm going to tell you that right now. I do not like it. But moving on to my first topic of the day, I want to touch on the Denver Nuggets. No, I'm not going to hit you with no analytics and no analysis because I never played in the NBA. I'm a consumer. Nuggets beat the Heat 4-1, which we kind of seen coming. I know I have. I didn't think the Heat would win at all against the Nuggets. But it took, we was like, great run, great story, 8 seed, all these things, but we knew Denver was too much. But I'm not going to hit you with no analytics. I'm not going to hit you with the analysis. I'm not going to hit you with what the Miami Heat should have done, scheme-wise. I didn't play. I played all the way to community college ball, so I'm a consumer. So I'm going to hit you from a fan's perspective. But I'm not going to hit you with the game. I'm not going to say that Jimmy Butler should have did this or Spo should have did that. I'm not going to hit you with none of these things. But I'm going to hit you from a consumer standpoint about the transition that we're seeing in the NBA. Because right now what we're seeing is an international takeover. What I mean by that is this. Let's look at the MVP of the NBA Finals right now, Nikola Jokic, who is one of the best big men to ever play the game. 8 years in the game. I'm not going to say he's tough. I'm not going to do that ranking right now. I'm going to get to that in a second. But I'm going to talk about what's happening, what's transitioning with the American players and with the international players. If we take the international players, when was the last time an American won the MVP in the NBA? James Harden with Houston. That's the last time an American player won MVP. Since then, Nikola Jokic twice. Could have been 3, but Joel Embiid and Giannis, the Greek freak. Those are right now 3 of the top players in the NBA. Followed by Luka. And you could throw whoever else at number 5. You could throw Tatum. You can throw LeBron. Throw Curry. Throw KD. But I'm letting you know now, those 4 guys I just named are the top 4 players in the NBA. And they're not from America. They play in America, but they're not from America. That's the top. So when I say it's an international takeover, this is what I mean. We're so used to the Bird Magic era, then the Jordan era, then the Kobe and Shaq era, then you had the LeBron James era. Let's just think post-LeBron James once he retires. Let's think post-KD when he retires. Let's think post-Steph Curry when he retires. Let's name our top 5 international players. I just gave you 4. Who could be 5? You want to throw Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in there? You want to throw Jamal Murray in there? That's another guy that's not from America. That's what's happening right now. Now let's look at our top 5 American guys in the NBA, post LeBron, Steph, KD. Let's not even name those 3. We're going to name 5 guys from America. That could be top 5. 2 of them fucking up that we're going to talk about with Zion and Ja. So let's exclude them out the way. Now let's exclude the 2 guys that the NBA try to give the keys to be the face of the NBA with Zion and Ja. We're going to get to that. Devin Booker? He's not better than those 5 guys I named. My bad. I forgot. Y'all boy Jason Tatum, right? He's my boy. He went to Duke. That's my favorite college basketball school. Let's throw Jason Tatum in there. Who else you want to throw? Anybody else we name not even going to sniff your top 5 players in the next 10 years. And don't let Victor Wembanyama be that guy. Because I've been on this bench. I've been saying for the longest, Victor Wembanyama could be that potential face. We talk about all the time with who's going to be the face of the NBA when LeBron James retire. It's damn sure going to be no American player. They don't play hard in the All-Star game. They have load management. When they get their money, they want to sit out. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to play until I'm myself. But you got guys playing out here with broken fingers and messed up ACLs and messed up ankles. Like Kawhi Leonard, for example. That's an American guy, but look what he's doing. I'm not going to harp too much on Paul George because he had a horrific injury, and ever since then, he ain't been the same. A lot of these guys are going to sit out. James Harden. Another guy. It's the last American MVP. But that's the trend. That's what's happening right now in the NBA. And it's not a bad thing. I understand. Look, we're so used to an American guy being a top dog. We're so used to having an American guy hand the keys to the NBA, to the league. That's a new day. Victor Wembanyama might be the Messi of the NBA coming up. Got the swag, got the skills. He has skills that we never seen before. He's the guy that you create on 2K. You try to make a 2K demigod. That's him. 7'4", cheat code, played on my part, play with your friends. And people get mad why you made him so big. He's a glitch. That's what he is. Superstar coming from France, bringing the France market, like they said, whatever franchise Victor goes to, that franchise revenue goes to an extra $500 million. That's what's happening. Giannis, Jokic, Luka, Shai Gilgeous, Jamal Murray, the rest of these guys. That's what's going on. And I understand that, like I said, we're so used to it, but the NBA right now is the number 2 sport behind soccer. I'm going to say basketball. I'm not going to say NBA. I'm going to say basketball is number 2 sport. They passed the NFL up. They've been past baseball up. And they're behind soccer. Why is that? You got your answer. Moving on to Zion and Ja. Hey, look, I'm with y'all. Look, upcoming. Hey, Trey's going to do the documentary of Guns and Buns for 30 for 30. It's coming up. Guns and Buns. But you see what I'm talking about, though? You see, but you get where I'm coming from. What international players fucking up like this? Who? Nobody. We got guys that want to go party at the club after they lose a playoff series. We got guys want to fuck porn stars. Okay, let's talk about that for a quick second. Zion, look. Before I get serious, if you're going to go porn stars, now me, I'm 29, I'm going on 30. I grew up in the era of LimeWire. Pornhub, where you had Cherokee, Jada Fire, Pinky, Jasmine Cashmere. You had, oh my God, what's her name? Cody Bryant? Yeah, C-O-D. Yeah, Cody Bryant. Lisa Ann. Capri Styles. Who else we had? We had so many. But you get where I'm coming from. It's a different, if you went to one of those, you're perfectly good in my book. I'm like, man, all praise to you. But you go to Rob Mills? That's who we're going to. Now, hey, sleep who you want to sleep with. But sometimes you got to make certain decisions and you got to think far. You got to play chess, not checkers. Just because you get the money doesn't mean you can just spend it on any and everything. Didn't LeBron James teach you anything? How to move like the president? You don't hear a peep from LeBron James. He moves smart. He got his guys around him that makes power moves. Ja Morant. LeBron didn't teach y'all none of this. Kobe. Shaq, who's one of the smartest men investing-wise ever. This dude owns Marilyn Monroe. Y'all don't soak the game up? I'm like, dude, that's your family. Only 4,000 some odd players has ever played in the NBA. You're part of a fraternity. Ask the OGs some game. Go to Charles. Go to Shaq. Go to some of the guys that played for your franchise. John Morant, you had Zach Randolph. That's right there. Talk to him. Zion, you got some teammates. But you want to be in Dallas. That's your favorite road trip. I'm like, when I heard that, I heard Dallas. I said, oh, no. Really? Over Houston? Nah. But it is what it is. But that's what's going on in the NBA. When you have guys that's fucking up like that, you know what? Let's rewind. Let's go back to that draft class. It was Zion and John Morant. But we didn't know who John Morant was. The nation didn't know who he was. If you followed college basketball, you knew who he was. They both played on the same AAU team. They both went to South Carolina. They from South Carolina. With them, the mindset you have to have. No, forget that. Take that draft class. My mind's all over the place this topic. I've been thinking about this topic for like a week. This draft class was all Zion. When he got drafted, he was supposed to be the face of the NBA post LeBron. Once he didn't play a lot of games, John Morant came on the scene. And be like, oh, no, this is our guy. This is for us. This is for the kids. Then he was handed the keys to the NBA after LeBron. But when you start fucking up shit like that, now you're fucking up the future of the league for young American players coming in. Because we ain't got to touch on John Morant's suspension. Once it come out, then I give my thoughts. But this is what happens when you give the franchise to a guy who's not even 25, who has never seen much money in his life. And another thing that's fucking up is the guaranteed contracts. Not for everyone, but for some. That's a lot of pressure to deal with. It's a lot of money to handle. Because you're a CEO. You're the bag. You're the company. You're the person. Everybody's looking at you. You hire and fire people. Friends and family. Colleagues. It's a lot to handle. Because what's going to happen with the Scoot Hendersons of the world coming up, Brandon Miller, so forth and so on. They're going to ask certain questions they never used to ask NBA players. I'm not going to say guaranteed contracts the reason why, but do it play a part for some? Hell yeah, it do. Hell yeah, it do. But like I say, international players getting guaranteed contract. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Do not let Victor Wembanyama be what they say he's going to be. If he's going to be that guy they say he's going to be the first $400 million NBA player. That's the direction it's heading to. Because these TV deals, the new CBA, we're going to see players get $300 million contracts. You're going to be like, how the fuck did he get $300 million? As long as the NBA keep making money, keep getting revenue, that's what's going to happen. But there's a price to pay with some of them, though. But I want to touch on this subject. Take my quick water break. I want to touch on locally. With Houston this past weekend, it was a shooting at Taboo. People don't know what Taboo is. Taboo is a lounge, club, restaurant, whatever you want to call it. It used to be a pizza place. Turned to a lounge. And several people got shot. So basically what happened was that a shooting happened. Fight broke out. Shooting happened in the parking lot. And shots was fired. Several people got hit. As of right now, nobody has passed. But several people that went there to just have fun that night got shot. I want to say one is in critical condition at that time. But the reason why I bring that up is because me being from Houston, me going out to certain places sometimes, the possible cause. Now, I wasn't there, don't know who was involved. They say people in their 20s and 30s, whatever. when you dealing with places, let's go back. I'm trying to ask you. So, do you like traffic?
Yeah.
Like traffic, like you like in the traffic jam. If you're in a traffic jam, you trying to go somewhere. Do you like being in traffic, stuck in traffic?
I don't like it, but at the same time, like it's like not a deal breaker to me.
Not a deal breaker. When you go to the grocery store and you're about to get in a check, you're trying to find a checker line that don't have a lot of people, but all of them is packed. Are you a little bit frustrated, a little bit like, goddamn, a little frustrated, right?
Depends on the day, yeah.
But you're not happy about it.
No.
You're not happy about traffic. So my point I'm making is that when you're dealing with places that you have nowhere to go, have nowhere to stand. I'm not saying that's the reason why it happened, but I'm just throwing out my possible theory to not just this, but like some future endeavors or things that happened in the past. Just the experience of me going out. When you're out somewhere and you're clogged up, you can't move, you tend to get a little bit frustrated. You can't get to the bar to get a drink. You got a section with your people and people's all in your section. They knocking stuff over. The hookah falls down. The drink spill over. People bump into you. You're a little pissed. That's what kind of happens sometimes, especially at places like a Taboo, right? Not saying it's the cause, but just think about this possible theory. It could have been something totally different. But that's what happens sometimes we deal with packed places. You got nobody, you got nowhere to stand. You got nowhere to see. You can't get a drink. You clogged up. You can't move. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to feel a certain way. You're going to want to fight somebody or somebody could just step on your shoe just a tad bit and now you're frustrated because of you already frustrated. That was already built up from the place. So a lot of these places sometimes when they just try to pack as many people as they can, it's a cause and effect. That's positive and a negative. Positive is you're getting your money. People going to record. So like, man, this place is lit, yada, yada, yada. But it leads to further damage to some people sometimes. Some people can't handle it. Some people just want to go out just to be in the scene. We see it all the time. People think a shit is lit and then people just looking around. Just looking, not even caring about what's going on. Not even drinking, just staring. Like they just look lost. But that's where we at. That's what can happen at some of these places. But then you go to some places that are packed. I'm going to give a shout out to Chapman and Kirby. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't go there every Sunday. But every time I went, no drama happened. I'm going to tell you another thing why I think that is never like that. Why? Because it's a huge ass place. The only time you're frustrated is if you're hot outside and you got to stand in line. But once you go inside, the place is huge back part. And it could be a holiday and it's packed and nothing is going on because people got space to move around. You're not frustrated. There's no reason to be frustrated in that place. There's no reason. There's multiple people working at the bar. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing for you to be like, I feel frustrated. I feel like I want to hit somebody. I want to have a brawl. Unless you're just pissed off at something else that happened before then or during. But space. You need space. You can't go to the club and packed out. You can't move nowhere. That's not fun. Somebody's going to get pissed. Somebody's going to get pissed. To shooting several people? You just pissed off at something. But not to the point where you got to just go off and kill. And ever since 2020, since we've been open, it's always been some shit. People could say they're not from Houston. People, whatever. But it's always something. It's always something that, what's been going on for the last 3 years. We've seen a rise in crime. Good thing is not to the extent of where it's going to be top 5 in America. It's not on that level. But it's more than what we're seeing. There's senseless crimes happening every day. And at some point, this shit got to stop. Shit's got to stop. So luckily, nobody got killed. Nobody got killed. So that's a good thing. But people that's just making senseless decisions. That's just, to me, something we gotta fix as people, especially me being from this city. But I do want to touch on something else that was in the news last week. Now I've been a big believer in this for years upon years. Especially I got it from my dad. God rest his soul. He was a big believer in conspiracies and UFO sightings and everything else around that. There was another one. It's been a lot in history, but this is another one. This was very concerning for some people. I think this was the one that gave people that never believed in it another thought of like, damn, hold on now. Okay. This might be real. Let's take a listen at this. So apparently there was a UFO site in Vegas. If you're not too familiar with it, Area 51 is in Nevada, a little outside of Vegas. And there was a 911 call made where this couple sees these 8-foot giants. I think it was like 2 of them that was in their backyard. Luckily, nobody was hurt, but it's fucking eerie. I want anybody to just imagine this. You at home late at night, and you see some shit outside your backyard. It's the scariest shit ever. 2 8-foot giants, man, woman, don't know what the hell they are, with big eyes, looking at you. What the hell you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, what can you do, right? So they make this call, 911, police come. Of course, the fucking aliens vanish. They know what's gonna happen. They could think 2-3 times ahead of you. So they leave. And at this point, people is like, they not scared of them, but they just laughing about like, yo, dude, what the fuck, man? You know, they like that right now. But the reason why I bring this topic up is because, of course, for one, I'm always interested in hearing about UFO sightings and news. Like I said, I've always been a believer. Always been a believer of this. Ever since around, like, I want to say when I was 18 or 19 years old, I started reading more books and I started looking into it more. I knew that there was more than just human beings. So let me get this straight to some people that don't believe about any other organisms or any species in this galaxy. We already got how many? 7 billion people in this world? So we got 7 billion people in this world. That's just Earth. We have over, let's be 100. There's more than 9 planets. There's 20,000 planets in this galaxy. So I want y'all to really tell me this. Out of 20,000 planets in this huge ass galaxy, y'all really believe Earth is the only planet with living, breathing species? Really? Who's delusional? Because for me, like I said, they come out of space. Hell, I believe some of them come out of water. Hell, the ocean is only 20% discovered. Shit, go look at a lot of them UFO stories. A lot of them, a couple was like, hey, we was outside just by the water, by the lake, and then all of a sudden we seen lights come out the water. Of course, it's going to sound crazy to the general, but to me, I'm like, yo, I'm not surprised. Scary as shit, but I'm not surprised. You got to think about how America is set up wise. When it comes to conspiracies in America, you got to understand when it started, especially with UFOs. The Roswell Project, that happened in the 40s. The crash happened, and all of a sudden, hey, what the fuck just happened? You know, conspiracy started with the UFOs. Ever since then, there's been a lot of UFO sightings. The Phoenix Lights in 97. So many other. Let's take the JFK assassination. 20 years after the Roswell Project. That happened. And mind you, at this time, America, you know, somewhat trust the government. More so than now. Trust the government. So you had to have such like, hey, what the fuck happened to our president? How you get assassinated on live TV? You know, they killed the brother too after that. And then you move forward to the Oklahoma City bombing. Now, mind you, there's other conspiracies that happen within this, but I'm naming some of the biggest ones for examples. You have the bombing happen, and it's like, oh, shit. What the fuck is going on? Columbine shooting at a school. And then we move to the one that we all know in our era, 9/11. Ever since 9/11, no Americans trust the government after that. It was gone. Adios. Done. No more trust. So you add on top of them, add on all that. You got the UFO sightings. You got the JFK assassination. You got 9/11, all these things. The trust at this point now, it's at below zero. And then the government just came out around last year and said, yeah, declassified UFOs, they are out there, this, that, and the third. I'm going to tell you something. They're not going to reveal themselves to the world public like that because the average human can't take some shit like that. Think about it. They ever came on the news and actually had an alien talking on the news, they ain't going to, first of all, they're not going to just, some of them going to look like us. You know what I'm saying? Some going to have big ass eyes, some going to look just like us. We see the movies all the time. But the average human can't take that. That's too much. Now the world's going to go to a frenzy. If they ever came out and officially say, yup, what you seen is real, this, that, and the third. Because like I said, with the call, go listen to it. Go on YouTube, the UFO Vegas backyard. Pull that up. Some of them still joking about it. It's a joke to a lot of people. And you still got some people that don't believe it. But the one thing is I'm going to tell y'all right now, y'all need to wake the fuck up. Because that's not going to be the last time you hear something about another UFO sighting. I guarantee you that. Other news. Floyd Mayweather had a fight this past weekend against John Guy III. I didn't watch the fight, didn't know they was fighting. And apparently, there was a brawl that took place inside the ring and outside the ring. I'm not even going to touch on inside the ring right now with Floyd Mayweather. I want to talk about the other brawl that happened outside the ring. Jocelyn and Big Lex. Now, I don't watch reality TV. I don't care for it. Hell, the only type of reality TV I used to watch was WWF back in the Attitude Era. That was my reality TV. Every fucking Monday it was Raw and SmackDown on Thursdays. Other than that, I lied. College Hill, too. I used to watch College Hill. That's about it. But this shit, no. So I don't know who Big Lex is. But apparently, a brawl happened. I saw the video. Now, mind you, it was kind of fucking funny when the girl threw the water at Jocelyn and she took off running. That's hilarious. But the reason why I want to bring this up because I really don't like bringing up trash shit like this. But let's just call it what it is. Our people ratchet as hell, man. White people are too. Some people are. That's white. That's just straight up ghetto. I don't want to spend too much time on it. It was hilarious. But it's something that I really don't want to give too much attention to. But it's just like, can anybody help me and say what was they fighting for? You know, people want to talk about, yeah, she got arrested. I know she got arrested on some charges or whatever. She got 4 different charges. I think she slapped the officer. And then you have her husband or her boyfriend come in and hit a girl. Now, I think that's the part I do want to touch on a little bit. If my girl got into a fight with another girl, as a man, what would I do? It's pretty fucking easy. I'm not going to hit the other woman. I'm not going to hit. I don't know why this guy came in and tried to hit the other woman. You could pull him off. But what tricked me out the video is that the guy that's recording, it's like, yo, man, get the fuck off her, man. Jocelyn, man, that's not right, man. Hey, dude, why the fuck you hitting a woman, man? That's fucked up. Nah, picture this how it's going. Hey, dude, what the fuck, man? In front of the camera. Hey, man, what the fuck, man? Come on, Jocelyn, get off of me. This ain't right, man. This ain't right. This ain't right. Hey, dude, come on, man, help out. Yeah. If it's a problem to you, dickhead, how about you put the phone down and help and get her off her? People just want attention. If something bothers you that much, put your phone down, stop pressing recording, and go help. It's that simple. It was like so many like question marks throughout this whole footage. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is going on right now? That's the world we live in. You telling somebody to help the other person to get one girl off the other, but you're a man and you can easily do the same shit. Make it make sense. Because it don't. Now, On to the other brawl that happened in the ring with Floyd Mayweather and John Gotti. Now, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think the only exhibition boxing match I cared about was Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. That's the only one I cared about. It just sucks that that's the same time Hurricane Harvey happened, so a lot of people couldn't even watch the fight. That's the only one I cared about. My only thing is Floyd Mayweather. Some of these guys don't. Floyd Mayweather is a top. Fuck it. Floyd Mayweather is on a Mount Rushmore of boxing, in my opinion. If he's not 1, he's not 2. If he's not 2, he's not 3. If he's not 3, he's not 4. Nothing below that. He's the greatest welterweight of all time. Arguably, I mean, I know Sugar Ray Leonard could be one. But needless to say, you're Floyd Mayweather. Now, I get it, you're not going to get in the real ring with Spence, Crawford. There's no point. Your legacy is solidified. But some guys shouldn't even be in a ring with this guy. Not everybody is worthy of being in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. Because I didn't even know the fight was happening. I don't know what was going on promo-wise. I didn't hear about it. I just believe that these fights that Floyd Mayweather is taking is obviously for the money, because some of these, John Gotti can forever say, I fought Floyd Mayweather. That should not happen. Who the hell is John? I thought John Gotti was a drug dealer from back in the day. Ain't he? Who the fuck is John Gotti III? That shouldn't even be a matchup. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, you're Floyd. He should not, nobody on that type of level should share the ring with Floyd Mayweather. That's like somebody back in the day said, man, I was in the ring with Muhammad Ali. And my name isn't George Foreman or Joe Frazier or Kent Norton or Larry Holmes or anybody like that. Sonny Liston. I'm some random guy from the lower part of Louisville, Kentucky or something, and I got in the ring with Muhammad Ali. That should not happen. Too many of this shit. Yeah, I mean, that part of it is not good for boxing. To me, that part is not good. Celebrity boxing, that's interesting. That's been going on for a minute. Shit, I'm not worried about that. But some of these guys shouldn't even share a ring with Floyd Mayweather. All these fights happen. Hell, I think I can get in a ring with Floyd Mayweather and do 2-3 rounds. Shit, you know what I mean? Fuck it. If John Gotti III is in a ring with him, hell, shit. You know his record? Anybody know? Do you know his record? I just want to pull it. Do he even got a record? I never looked this up. I want to see if John Gotti III, does he have a record? What the? Hold on. Don't tell me this. 2-0. He's 2-0. And he got in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. In the world of light heavyweight division, out of 1,302 light heavyweights, he is 701. That's his ranking. In America, there's 191 light heavyweight Americans. He is 87. And he got in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. God bless America. That's all I can say about that. I'll drink some water on that one. I don't like that. But moving on, some real boxing. Spence and Crawford had their first press conference today. Oh, boy, was I happy. Oh, shit. Man, was I happy. I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't want to harp back on WWF reference. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to just say this quick. This is like when The Rock met Stone Cold at WrestleMania 17 in Houston. Two of the biggest fighters, the two biggest names, duking it out. This is our biggest fight since Tyson Holyfield in 97, the first one. Not making it a race thing, but I'm going to just throw this quick question out there. When was the last mega fight between two blacks? Should I say Tyson and Holyfield again? Oh, you know what? I'll give you Shane Mosley and Mayweather. I'll give you that. But on the level of like Super Bowl numbers, everybody and mama trying to find a house to watch that fight, Tyson Holyfield for sure. This is on that level of hypeness. And I heard people trying to say like, oh, they take it forever, man. I don't care about this fight no more. Let's move on to Tank and Ryan. Now, mind you, Tank and Ryan Garcia was a very, very, very good fight. It was needed for the sport. That was big. Haney and Lomachenko was a huge fight for the undisputed title. But not everybody knew who Lomachenko was. I knew. I watched boxing, but some of the people that listen and watches know who he is, that watch boxing. This one is different. There's a lot of things going on with this one. So for number one, this is for the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world. What pound-for-pound mean is if you put all the boxers same height, same weight, who'll be the best fighter? It's going to be one of these two. Spence Crawford. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. Number two, this is for the undisputed belts. This is for all the belts. This is for everything. This is the championship. This is a Super Bowl. That's what this is. Errol Spence got 3 belts. Crawford got 1. It doesn't get any bigger than that. This is what we need as a sport, as boxing. The top dogs duking it out, fighting it, getting it on the ring. I'll tell you what this fight is going to be. This fight they got a lot of respect for each other. They might shit talk. They might, say whatever they got to say. But there's a mutual respect between these two. It's like your cousin fighting. You got your flashy cousin and Errol Spence. You got the chain, you got the jury, you got the know the people and everything, got the swagger. Terrence Crawford from the country. He get it from the gutter, man. He don't got no jury, no white, none of that. Country dude. Your long-lost country cousin you ain't talked to in a long time. That's what this fight is. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. That's these two. They both come from the same place, but they just don't talk to them. It's like talking to your cousin you ain't talked to in a long time, but you got a lot of respect for him. That's how Errol Spence treats Terrence Crawford. Now, I'm not going to give who my prediction is because I'm saving for the fight, but that's this fight. This fight is huge. This is what the fight. This is what boxing need because this year in 2022 has been a lot of good fights. A lot. We just had Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor fight this past weekend. Teofimo won. One of the type lightweights. That was a good fight. Haney Lomachenko was a good fight. Now we're going to potentially have Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson fight. And mind you, they was just in Houston together. That was funny as hell, boy. Shakur's already playing mind games with Devin Haney. Give him a bottle that says sign the contract. That's going to be a good fight. But that's what the sport needs. They need Spence Crawford to fight. And it's in the middle of July 29th. Tickets are high as hell. 7,000 average. I'm going to just host a fight party. That's it. No, I'm not doing nothing else. I'm not going to Vegas. Even though it's the week before my birthday, I'm not going. This is a much-needed fight. I'm going to say my prediction, but everybody going to tune in. Everybody going to know. If y'all don't know now, y'all going to know in about a couple of weeks. And be like, oh, shit, well, I need to watch this fight. What's going to happen? I need to watch this. This ain't nothing going on. What you going to watch? Baseball? Not no disrespect to baseball, but this ain't 1980s. This isn't the steroid era. This isn't Bonds, Griffey, Sosa, and them boys. Like, okay, cool. We don't watch baseball until the playoffs come. Cause we from Houston. We know who the fuck gonna win. The Astros. We don't watch baseball. Nah. So you gonna watch the fight. Preseason ain't happening in football yet. You ain't doing your fantasy football drafts. What you gonna do? So y'all gonna watch. They were smart by putting it July 29th too. They were smart for that. But moving on, I want to move on to music real fast because this one stuck. I saw this article today while at home prepping for the show. No hip hop album or song was number one on the Billboard for the first time since 1993. All people was in the uproar in the comments. Oh my God. People was going crazy about this. Man, rap suck, man. Rap's dead. Oh, everybody sound the same. You are absolutely right. A lot of people do sound the same. You can make the argument saying rap is dead. You can make that argument. But let's just calm down and just pump the brakes. And let's look at the factors of why there hasn't been a number one album or song on the Billboard for the first time since 93. It's 30 years ago. It's the year I was born. It's the greatest year ever. Let's look at a couple factors. One, dude, we still in fucking June. We 6 months in. We not even done with the year. That's number one. Number two, give me the top dogs that came out with a song or an album this year. Don't name Drake, because he's everywhere. Nobody dropped yet. Utopia is coming out this year. Calm your pants. That's going to be the number one album. And y'all going to forget about the article. When Travis Scott drops Utopia, that's going to have a bid for number one. Okay? Another factor. Kendrick, J. Cole, top two guys in hip hop. He didn't drop yet. Okay, yes. J. Cole, what about Drake? He dropped All My Life with Dirk. Dirk isn't. If I hear Dirk name one more time. Now, mind you, he's good. He's been around for a long time. Been around since I've been in college. But he's never going to sniff a number one song or number one album on the Billboard. No, man. So that's another factor. One last factor. Do you think if Takeoff was alive, you think Migos have a number one song right now? If they bring the band back together and Offset and Quavo talked out their differences? A return song for Migos. Potentially. Culture 4 being in the works. Will probably come out this year. You don't think? Oh, Quavo, Offset, and Takeoff's back again together. They dropped their return song. Biggest song probably since Bad and Bougie. They didn't drop their album, Culture 4. You don't think that will have a fight for number one? Nipsey Hussle. You don't think after finishing off Victory Lap, he'll probably have another album already before this year and then have another one this year that could fight for number one? The momentum Victory Lap was having would have been bigger than he would have been bigger than what he was 4 or 5 years ago, the year before he passed. XXXTentacion. You don't think he would have a number one song or album the route he was going? The reason I bring those three names up because they keep killing off some of our top dogs in hip hop. If y'all would just put the gun down and invest in these artists that's in your hood, then some of our great artists wouldn't be deceased right now. I didn't even name Young Dolph. But I ain't going to go through a long list of the artists that's passed away. But if I put the gun down, we have a lot of people fighting for number one spot on Billboard with a song or an album. So that's the reason why. Those are three reasons why we don't have a number one song or album right now on the Billboard midway through 2023. I'm going to end y'all with this, though. There's a quote I've seen. I want to give y'all. A power couple is when yesterday's disagreement didn't stop today's communication. I'm going to say it one more time. A power couple is when yesterday's disagreement didn't stop today's communication. I'm going to let y'all think about that. Real Deal with a Kill. We out.